A. Protective barriers and security lighting. Perimeter security is the first line of security or defense. Perimeter security is also known as the first security of defense. Independence, such as fences, walls, and gates that blocks access, physical or logically security perimeters used for security protocols, access controls, and firewalls to control access to the network and its resources. And we have two different enclosures used in perimeter security, the solid and full view. Solid is they cannot see what is inside. Kapag nandito ka sa labas, hindi mo makikita yung nandun sa loob. And full view is you can see through the fences what's going on inside and out. Nakikita mo yung nandun sa loob kahit saang parte ka sa labas. Ganun. And safety measures to be used: 7 feet minimum height of fences on top or barbed wire. Number 2, security guard to check in and out of building and people, and also in property. Protective lighting for safety protection to protect places covered with dark. Poor lighting, indirection action or lack of protection. Well-lighted physiological barriers, it gives more protection to prevent a person from malicious acts. And 4 factors to be considered in protective lighting. First is size, shape, and location. Second is kind of product, variable, critical, or plenty of losses. Pag sinabing variable, not consistent or having a fixed pattern. And pag plenty losses naman, a person or things or an amount that is lost. Third is protective advantage, repairs or placement covered in the event. And the last is management policy for security consciousness. Set of guidelines, that strategies that regulates and control activities within an organization.
So, andito naman tayo sa type of lighting system. First dito is yung continuous or non-stop lighting. Ito yung mga di tumitigil na ilaw. Ito yung like for example yung paggabi sa street lights, ganyan. Standby or operate manual by security guards or operated by an alarm system. Ito yung mga naka-standby lang na ilaw na in-operate ng security guard kung may danger o panganib. Movable or searchlight. Ito yung mga pwedeng madala. Ito yung like for example yung flashlights, yung pwede mong madala kung saan. Fourth is emergency. Ito yung ginagamit for emergency rescue, yung handy at may sapat na energy para mag-last sa operation. So, andito naman tayo sa positions of protective lighting. First, always focus on the approach. Second, must focus on the people, not on the guard. So, sinasabi lang dito na kailangan ang ilaw or mga CCTVs like other security surveillance dapat nakatutok sa mga posible or prone sa danger. So, sinabi dito, preventive measures is the best approach. First, perimeter security. Kailangan merong tumatao or merong security guard sa bawat sulok ng establishment. Second, carefully select workers or employees. Kailangan makakapagkatiwalaan yung mga pinapasok mo sa isang establishment. So, andito yung initial security, background investigation, analysis of previous employment and employment history, personal investigation, establishing rules and regulations, and regularly check the pulse of your workers para ma-sure mo yung safety ng working area or working environment sa lugar. So, sinasabi din dito, preventive measures to help in the establishment free of hazard. So, para daw ma-ensure na walang hazard sa lugar. First, intelligence. Second, solve grievance. Third, prevent organizations to opposition. Fourth, develop working relations with other local authorities.
So, punta tayo sa page 51. So, I will report the preventive measure to help in the establish free of hazard. The different entries that are need to be controlled by the security guard in the perimeter barrier and purpose of perimeter barrier. So, let's start the report. Preventive measure to help in the establish free of hazard. Intelligence. Alamin ang mga posibleng problema bago pumangyari. Parang pag-check ng balita para malaman kung may paparating na bagyo. Pangalawa, solve grievance. Ayusin ang mga problema ng mga tao para hindi magkaroon ng away. Pangatlo, preventive the organization of opposition. Iwasan ang mga pagbuo ng mga grupo laban sa inyo. Pang-apat, develop working relationship with other local authority. May pagkaibigan sa mga pulis at barangay para may tumulong sa inyo kung may problema. Next, different entries that are need to be controlled by the security guard. Una, restricted area. Lugar na bawal pasukin ng kahit sino para maprotektahan ang mga gamit. Parang bodega na may nakasarang pinto. Next, limited area. Lugar na may konting pagbabawal. Pwede pumasok pero may permiso. Next, exclusive area. Lugar na super bawal pasukin kahit sino. Napakahalaga na nasa loob. Next, clear zone. Isipin mo yung espasyo sa paligid ng bakod ng bahay ninyo. Yung bahaging malinaw na kita mo yung kung may papalapit o hindi. Ganon din ang clear zone sa mga pabrika o malalaking lugar. May espasyo sa loob at labas ng harang para madaling makita ng mga guard ang mga tao o sasakyan na papalapit. Para sila may malawak na paningin para sa seguridad. Next, perimeter barrier. Ito mismo yung mga harang, mga bakod, pader o kahit ano pang uri ng pangharang na nakapalibot sa isang lugar para pigilan ang mga taong walang permiso na makapasok. Next, purpose of perimeter barrier. Number 1, outline the perimeter of the area to be protected. Una, para malinaw kung saan nagtatapos ang lugar na dapat protektahan para paglalagay ng mga marka sa isang laro. Number 2, create a physical and psychological deterrent to unauthorized entry. Upang takutin at pigilan ang mga taong gustong pumasok ng walang permiso para bawal pumasok dito na sign. Pangatlo, delay intrusion, thus facilitating apprehension of intruder. Para maantala ang mga taong gustong pumasok ng palim. Para may oras ang mga gwardiya na mahuli sila. Para paglalagay ng harang sa daan para mapabagal ang sasakyan. Pangapat, assist in a more efficient and economical employment of guard. Dahil may harang na mas madaling ng bantayan ang lugar at mas kaunting lugar gwardiya ang kakailanganin parang paggamit ng CCTV camera. At last, facilitate and improve the control of pedestrian and vehicular traffic. Mas madaling kontrol ang pagpasok at paglabas ng mga tao at sasakyan, parang traffic light sa kalsada. Thank you guys sa pakikinig.
Opening in primer barrier. Number 1. The number necessary to handle peak loads of pedestrian and vehicular traffic. Ang pedestrian ay ginagamit natin upang makatawid ng maayos at ligtas. And vehicular traffic, ito ay tumutukoy sa bilang ng mga tao, sasakyan o kagamitan na kinakailangan upang mahusay na pamalaan ang pinakamataas na dami ng mga tao at trapiko sa isang lugar. Number 2. Gates, locks, and seals. Ito naman ay karaniwang tumutukoy sa mga pamamaraan o mekanismo para sa seguridad at pagkontrol ng akses ng mga lugar. Number 3, windows. And 4, openings, server, air and water at intake, exhaust tunnels. And number 4, electrical and common tunnels. And number 5, clear zone exteriors over 20 feet. Interior 50 feet. If minimum clear zone is not possible. A. Rise height of fence. And B. Add more lights. And C. Increase patrol. Ang clear zone ay isang lugar na walang anumang hadlang, struktura o bagay na maring makasagabal. Ginagamit ito para sa seguridad, kaligtasan o presyon. Exterior. Ang exterior naman ay tumutukoy ito sa labas ng isang gusali o struktura. 20 feet. Ito ay distansya mula sa isang itinakdang punto tulad ng pader, gusali, na dapat manatiling walang hadlang o obstruction. Sa madaling salita, ito ay isang patakaran o requirements na dapat sundin para sa kaligtasan.
So now let's talk about the two types of physical barriers. We have the natural barriers and man-made barriers. When you say natural barriers, ito yung mga barriers na hindi siya ginawa ng mga tao. Kumbaga, kusa lang siya na nandyan na nagsisilbing barrier para sa, for example, sa atin. And if you're familiar with the Sierra Madre Mountain, isa siyang example ng natural barrier kasi isa siyang mountain na kung saan pinoprotektahan niya tayo sa mga malalakas na bagyo, diba? And Yan yung natural barrier. Aside from that, we have the man-made barriers. Man-made barriers, ito yung mga barriers na ginawa na ng mga tao. Like for example, yung mga walls or yung structural construction. And floors, maps, or grills. So kung makikita nyo yung differences nila, yung isa is natural and yung isa is ginawa. Okay.
Type of fencing. Solid, example dito is pader. Number 2, full view. Chain link o di kaya is barbed wire. Protective alarm system. Itong protective alarm system is, itong alarm na to is may laser para ma-detect kung may magnanakaw ba dun sa isang facility, ganun. Next is kinds of locks. Bali, ito po yung warded lock. Next naman po is, ganito po yung disc tumbler lock. Ganito naman po yung pin tumbler lock. Next is lever lock, combination lock, code operated lock, card operated lock, last is padlock. Security communication system. Mahalaga itong security communication system para kung example is may mga magnanakaw sa isang bangko, magagamit nila itong radyo di kaya cellphone para makapag-report sa mga polis. Next is CCTV. CCTV is para makita and ma-review nila kung sino yung taong pumasok sa isang bangko di kaya sa isang facility.
So let's talk about surveillance cameras that most of us is that probably know the difference between CCTV and IP cameras. CCTV, or also known as closed-circuit television, CCTV system significantly improves security by deterring crime, providing evidence for investigations, and monitoring public spaces, contributing to safer communities. And the other hand, IP cameras, or also known as Entry-Code Protocol, offer enhanced security with remote monitoring capabilities, high-resolution video, and flexible placement options. They provide detailed evidence for investigation and determine potential criminal activity, increasing safety and peace of mind. Overall, revolution lang to ng mga surveillance cameras. Both CCTV and IP camera has a significant quality. Then, if I would choose between CCTV or IP cameras, pipiliin ko yung IP camera. Like I said earlier, mas accurate mag-capture ng photo and video ang IP camera kesa sa CCTV.